Okay. I'm Jacqueline. My son Matthew participated in the SAVE program this week. Matthew is 4.5 years old. It is March and he has a June birthday. He is diagnosed with ASD, a classic presentation of ASD. He has challenges that are sensory in nature. He's, you know, moms would call him a sensory seeker. He is conversational, but not always on topic. Some of the things that we've seen this week after participating in SAVE is that the cadence of his conversational interactions is much more typical in nature. There seems to be a quicker response time between when someone finishes saying something to him and when he's able to respond. He also is challenged by a pronounced stutter with secondary behaviors that include stomping his feet, pushing on his stomach, and doing certain hand motions around his mouth when he has difficulty getting the words out. And we have seen him stamping his foot a few times, but overall it's been reduced, you know, to the naked eye. We haven't taken data on it, but I feel as though it's been reduced. We saw a couple language developments for him this week, just 2 instances. One where we had gone to a toy store when it was raining, and it was raining very hard, and when we came out, the rain was less, and Matthew said, the rain is slower now. That was Tuesday night, so he had had 4 treatments at that point. And he also, on Thursday night, so after 8 treatments, he had gone into the hotel and there was a man with a dog, and my kids are told that they have to ask to touch the dog, so both kids were saying, you know, can we touch the dog? The man said no, and then Matthew said, what's the dog's name? But no one heard him because they kept saying to Matthew, you can't touch the dog, you can't touch the dog. And Matthew stopped everyone and said, no, I asked, what's the dog's name? So he was able to advocate for himself, stay completely on topic, and have the impulse control not to touch the dog, which I think is a big step for him. I've seen a couple other things with regard to impulse control. He's had the ability to take turns touching the elevator button. He has 2 siblings, and normally everyone would fight for the elevator button, but he's been able this week more frequently to let one of the other siblings hit the button before he does. I think that he is listening better, anecdotally. It seems to me that he is able to process more of what I'm saying, and the evidence that I have of that is that he has a quicker reaction time. So if I ask him, Matthew, get me the box on the table, he seems, to my eye, to go to it faster and get it for me, and I don't have to say it 3 or 4 or 5 times. We have seen a couple things that I think now, after having some conversations with the staff here, might have been because he needed some proprioceptive input this week, but he has been asking for me to touch his face a lot this week. And then he's not typically a kid that will jump into a pool. He always waits, asks me to stand at a certain place and come closer to him before he jumps, but the last 2 days, Thursday and Friday, he has been jumping fully into the pool, no floaties, going underwater and coming back up and really enjoying that. So I think that has to do with the need for some proprioceptive input because, like I said, he's a sensory seeker before this began. We noticed that he's able to draw a big dog. He sometimes will draw us a big dog, which is a recent development in the last month. But while we've been here this morning, he was able to draw a very small dog on a piece of paper as a thank you note. I'm just going to wrap up, I think. Oh, the last great thing that we saw was he hasn't been able to put on his socks in the past. So I will give him an outfit in the morning, a shirt, pants, underwear, and socks, and put them on the floor in the way that you're supposed to put them on. And I assist him where he needs it to put things on. He always, without any question, requires help with the socks, figuring out where the heel goes, where the toe goes, which direction the socks go. And I handed him socks on Tuesday morning. He put them right on. And then I thought it was a fluke. So on what the socks I gave him on Tuesday morning are the kind that have like a little color in the heel, a little color in the toe, and around the ankle. And the socks that I gave him on Wednesday morning were completely camo. They were orange and white camo. No way to indicate from looking at them where the heel is versus the toe. And he lined them up correctly and put them on his feet. And he did it again today. So he's been able to do that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. No assistance, no verbal prompts, no physical prompts.